Herkasiti Aksamla. Welcome back to Tom Plays EU4 for absolute beginners. We are back with the Ottomans. We just had a massive war where we took a load of land we didn't have claims on, although it was an imperialistic war, so I think it might even be allowed. Or at least it's not as bad as it would have been earlier. So we've managed to go considerably eastwards through Transoxiana, or what was Transoxiana. So in theory we'd now be looking at the Europeans, although only one of the three armies is kind of back up to strength. I'm seriously wondering about making a fourth army rather than going any bigger, but I have a feeling one of our armies was already at 100 people, so I need to look into that once they've recovered a bit. Also would really like to embrace Enlightenment, but we'll see. Don't need to do it anytime too soon. So okay, Europeans, the obvious one is still Hungary, although Portugal might even be an option, because I think they've now got some of the things we need to conquer Egypt. So Hungary, we would have imperialism now, and their allies are Russia, Great Britain, Brandenburg. I think Savoy isn't too much of a problem. They're very small here, smaller than they usually are. And Utrecht? Is that all Utrecht? Okay, Utrecht is quite big. Okay, so Hungary, actually not that appetising as an option. How about Portugal? Portugal's allies, on the other hand, are all of their... Oh no, that does look good. I'm actually really liking the look of that. Bardia, Tirana, Derna and Benghazi. So if we attack Portugal, at the moment they don't get Great Britain or Norway. I think we should do it. It's risky. It's risky, but I think it would be crazy not to be honest. We're never going to get a better opportunity. Right, so this army is going to stay here and wait for the counter-attack. This is a problem, because I'm expecting a bunch of uprisings. Okay, boost stability. Will that help? It will not. Right, okay, I'm going to leave those armies waiting for the uprisings. I might, however, if I've got time, swap out a general. Yeah. Yeah, I want to have my best generals up there. Let's have the 1-star general dealing with the rebels. There, that's fine. So it's interesting because in theory Portugal has got colonies all over the world and they will have absolute naval superiority in this war. It'd be a bit like fighting Venice, but much, much worse. So they could land an army anywhere, which is why I'm only really sending one of the three armies into Portugal's actual lands. So the hope is that I can at least take all of their African territories. We'll have to see how big their armies are. I have no indication of how powerful Portugal is, really. And hopefully deal with all the counter-attacks. So here's the beginning. This is the Papal States fleet. Oh, Papal State and... Oh no. Papal States fleet, which is incredibly huge. Okay, and this is one of Portugal's fleets. I don't believe for a second that it isn't... but it's the whole thing. Is that the Papal State as well? It is. Papal State has a lot of boats. Fair enough. Right, so to start with taking the 4 territories that we actually want. We only need these 4 territories. So once we've got these, we've really got no argument with Portugal anymore. So if we can somehow do well enough in the war to make peace with them, we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, we're very low on allies now as well, aren't we? We let Bohemia down, we let the Timurids down. We've only got Portugal and we used them in the last contest. Probably should have tried to make some more alliances. Oh, what about Great Britain? Great Britain. My new favourite people. They're not in the war, are they? But if we improve relations, you never know. Maybe they'll be willing to join in. I can hope. All I can do, really, anyway. Keep an eye out for any Portuguese armies landing. We are not going to be able to stop them. I should probably speed time up a little. I'm a little worried about an army showing up here. It's the obvious place. But I suppose if I have these guys... Actually, if I'm allowed 4 generals, why don't I make another general? There. So that way, if they do get attacked separately, it's not the end of the world. And if I do manage to pull them together, we can have the best general out of the 2. Yeah, it's still just the ones that the Eastern Army is ready to deal with. So I'm expecting a Portuguese attack to come from the west. I don't think they actually have any lands in the east as such. They're mostly in the Americas, so while they could attack to the west, I'm thinking it probably makes more sense for them to hop across here to Africa and come this way. Or possibly come straight to my land to bypass the army. Which they can do. Thanks to Henry the Navigator, they're... yeah, I was never going to match them in terms of the navy. Right, so clearly I can't have 4 generals all the time. Must have had a temporary bonus, maybe because of one of the wars. Still, I'll keep them now. I've forgotten about my vassals. That's good. They might come in useful. I suppose they're my equivalent of Portugal's American colonies. Yes, I will certainly pay the Janissaries. We now have a new leader who is good at the military and bad at diplomacy. There's a bit more well-rounded and probably better overall. Still, not complaining. Still not bad, is it? Total of 10. It's a pretty decent ruler, just very weak on military, but good on the other 2. Whereas this one is a total of 12. Even better. Okay. So you have to look for castles. Do we have any allies that we ought to be trying to get rid of? While I think about it, Papal State is the obvious one. If I can get the Papal State to pull out. Ask for military access from Austria and Hungary. Hungary apparently doesn't hate us, amazingly. You'd think they would. To put the speed up a little again. Military access from Switzerland. Thank you, Switzerland. Right, so we'll take these in and start besieging Papal State castles, so hopefully we can get them to pull out of the war. That's interesting. That's a piece of uncolonised land, I think. So we really wouldn't be able to progress through there. Also very pleased that Mushasha's managed to get onto this island, because if we'd had any of the navies there, we wouldn't have been able to get on, and I wouldn't have dared to go on in case my army got trapped. So very grateful the vassals decided to do that. I don't know how long it'll take them to siege down the fort, but I'm not sure I ever would have been able to, so brilliant. So good. I do want to keep these two as a pair as much as possible so I can combine them, just in case a massive Portuguese army shows up. Okay, that was a relatively small army from Caribus, basically the Caribbean. Oh, need to adopt the title of Caliphate and enforce religious unity. And I've lost an advisor. So, what's the money like? The money is not good. So it's a shame because diplomacy is his weak point. But let's go for trade efficiency. Oh. Okay. Here we go. First real battle. If I can get my armies there in time, which is debatable. But we need to try and chase these people down if we possibly can. Oh right, excellent. They're running from one army and straight into the other. Hoping either army should be enough to take them down. Definitely gonna have to combine the armies there. Nope. Okay. Mushashan Pretender rebels. Really don't have time to deal with them. Had no warning they were coming. Not good. Need to head these guys off. I'm worried they're going to relieve that fort. Oh no. Okay, well that's good. Hopefully these guys will retreat a long way, so we won't have to worry about them coming back for a while. And if we can just get the Papal State out, then might not have to worry about them at all. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, it might not be good. We seem to have scared them off. Right. Keep that in mind. Let's split these armies up again. Going to... No, I can't give you a general. But fine. I'll give you a general as soon as I can. No rebels here yet. See how long it takes us. Oh, we've taken Tatooine. I wonder where George Lucas got the name for his planet from. Still, why wouldn't you? It's a good name. Revolutionaries. Nope. Really don't have time to deal with the constant Kamani uprisings. I don't know what's wrong with that place, if he like doesn't feed his people or what, but... Okay, great. You go through to there, we'll advance west a bit. If we can move up, we can hopefully intercept any armies going to relieve this siege. This is mostly what we need. We need to try and stop any armies going past us. Although we are out of manpower already. Man, you were out of manpower at the start of this, weren't we? So that's not a big surprise, really. In fact, where are we up to with this? Right, I'm going to take a risk and raise additional levies and ask for a contribution. Because... good. Okay. Siege another castle. How's the Papal State looking? Still high? So if you remember, this is their war enthusiasm. So normally, if this goes to medium, you might have a chance of getting them to make a peace. Well, apparently the only person who's not enthusiastic at the moment is the Ottomans. But we're in control of whether they make peace or not, so we don't need to worry. And we don't really need to worry about vassals either, which is good, because our vassals are now fielding quite decent armies. So I'm hoping, if there are no enemy armies already east of here, that we'll now be able to stop them from ever moving east of there, and these vassals will be able to take all these lands for us. That's the plan, at least. It's a shame it's 3 provinces wide, really. Although I shouldn't complain, I mean, compared to what we'd be dealing with in real life, we'd have pretty much no chance to blockade the whole north of Africa. I was told the other day, apparently Sahara just means desert. So calling it the Sahara Desert is a bit like the old pin number thing. A bit redundant. No, 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 no. No! Stop! Don't want to let these get past. Might be too late, unfortunately. In fact, let's try and bring both the armies down. I know they're only 20, so we've got double the size, but you never know what's following on if we can at least catch the 17. Oh, brilliant. Poland. Poland, I love you. Thanks, guys. Well, at least catching someone. Yes, we caught the majority of them. So I'm hoping the ones that have got through are small enough for vassals to mock. So we don't need to worry about the ones that have got through. And given that they're sieging that castle, we can take these 2 provinces. Ah. Okay, here's a problem. The Polish army, not the Polish army, the Portuguese army has decided to come around this side. And they vastly outnumber my army, so we're going to have to abandon this and also abandon this. We need to get out of here before we're attacked. And to pull back. Yeah, of course the Kazakh separatists have risen up now. On the plus side, we seem to be going right through where they are, so at least we'll sort them out. Okay. Do that, so let's help with the siege. And okay, our army hasn't been caught, so that's good. We'll yeah, that was close. I'm surprised they didn't take us out while we were there. Black news indeed. That's never good. Alright, so we're on a Regency Council because our heir is only 3 years old. We can no longer start any wars. That's alright, I think after this one, assuming it isn't a complete disaster, or if it is a complete disaster, we probably won't be starting any wars for a while. I can almost guarantee that. See what Poland can do. Hopefully we don't get themselves killed. Can I move here? I should be able to now at least. Especially if it stops blocking my vision with the pop-ups. Okay, so you see the vassals are doing a pretty good job of cleaning all this up, which is good. Saves me having to do it manually. I'm sure some people don't mind, but this is one reason I like having vassals. I suppose it's arguably a form of laziness. There we go. I think we're probably reasonably safe over here now. I have a feeling Portugal have got most of the big armies down here. Unless they've moved them back, because I have a suspicion Poland was heading for actual Portugal there. So that might make them change their minds. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to leave that. I need to get my armies back as soon as possible. Any chance the Papal State wants to make peace yet? Nope. No chance at all. But at least Poland is, you know, having only just joined in. They're quite enjoying the war still. Okay. Yeah, I think we definitely need a fourth army. It takes far too long to get that army across the entire length of the country now. You need a fourth one just to be here. That's what you get for forging eastwards. Serves me right. Actually, we should keep an eye on this because we've got 31% war score now. Oh, how far south have we got? They go south a fair way actually. No longer going to be able to block them though is the only problem. But they might be willing to make peace. They are, and they will actually give us all 4 countries, provinces that we want. Right, excellent. Stop the war. I mean, we were doing well. We probably could have achieved more. But that really was the only thing I wanted from Portugal. So, although I did seem to do pretty well, so it might be worth considering it for the future. Maybe making war on them again. Probably should have carried on really, but I'm just a bit conscious about the wanting to finish the mission tree, or release as much of it as we can. So right, I need to turn this army back around now. Sorry guys, you just marched all this way, and now I need you to go and put down an uprising over there. Marriage officer from Nogai, no problem there at all. Brilliant. So we should now have no claims on Portugal. I'd also forgotten that we can't start a war for years now. Which might also have been a reason to keep the war going, but never mind. I'll just have to accept it, so if we're going to be at peace for a while, let's mothball the forts. Yes, of course. Going to split you up, even though you're far too small to need it. The Livonian Order is attacking Hungary, Shasha and Luristan. Okay, so seeing as we're now at peace for a while, okay, Timurin's one of the allies, I can accept that. Maybe it's time to finally annex the Nogai. We've got one too many diplomatic relations. And great though they are kind of in the middle of the land now. There's still kind of a buffer between us and Transoxiana, but also not really, so... They're also our longest surviving vassal. Kind of feel like we should finish Mazandaran off. They've done quite well, surviving so long. Oh, good grief, really need to help with all these rebels, don't we? Okay. And also, thinking about it, let's get rid of that general. Assign one of the good ones instead. But might also... assign him to this one, and then we can get rid of the less good general. So we're no longer losing points. Okay. Okay, that's good. Mishasha have dealt with their own rebels. It's just these revolutionaries. And the army's going to take quite a while to get them back. I might start improving relations with Portugal, in case I don't want to attack them again. Maybe have another go at improving them with Spain. Might consider attacking him again, but then Hungary looks like it's being eaten alive, so it may be a better option for Europeans. Okay. Let's just speed this up. Local nobles' power grows. Okay, I think usually our best bet... Man, it depends where Luau is. No, because I don't want to lose all the loyalty either. If we outwit him at court, he just knocks our stability down. It's not ideal, but we can knock it back up. If I don't boost it twice. Give us some additional admin points. Really would like the rest of the army to catch up before fighting. I realise it's almost certainly fine. But still. We have called the provinces. Excellent. So in theory, one last war with the Mamluks, and we should have finally conquered Egypt and be on our way. Alright, let's just head in. So, actually we haven't united home region yet either. All provinces in the Balkans owned by Ottomans. Okay. Maybe we do need to attack Hungary again. Okay, so Egypt. Yeah, not much further to go. I reckon one more decent go at the Mamluks and we'll be sorted for that one. Looks like they got rid of the revolutionaries, assuming there wasn't just a revolution. I'm guessing I'd no longer be their overlord if it was. So that's good. So right, brilliant. We need to... Oh, great. Isn't our army grand? I wonder if that's quality. Less infantry costs. Won't be buying any more cavalry, I don't think, but although I suppose if I make a 4th army, I might put up a couple of, yeah, put some horsemen in it just for old time's sake, and also just to make the armies identical. No diplomats, and we've got a Regency Council. Right, fair enough, let's just spin the time on a bit. Truce with Delhi's over. Just going to quickly check on the armies that they're not hemorrhaging anything. Grief. Okay, you are, so what I need... Okay, well if you stand there, because that's got enough room for a 45, so there's that, so actually I'll swap you over, so they can take 46 each, so assuming your upper limit is 45, you must not be the army that had 50. So I'm guessing it must have been this army that had 50. But we'll see, as we start to recover. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by that. I thought we'd have more trouble with Portugal. I mean, I know when I'm playing Portugal, I never feel like an enormous military power, even in the end game, when I've got a whole bunch of colonies and a decent army behind me. I'd certainly never take the Ottomans on with Portugal. But then the computer does cheat a bit. Pretty sure Portugal's one of the fortunate nations, or lucky nations. Yeah, this is all Mamluks. I thought the colours were slightly different then. Was just with the shading. Ah, here we go. We have integrated Nogai. Gives us more prestige, and it may also give us... Oh, nice! So you sometimes get this, I think, if you've got a gold mine. We've just gained an absolute ton of money, and this can be the basis of our new 4th army. So I'll take you to Constantinople for now, because the entire army can sit there. But yeah, we'll make a start on them. I don't know if we necessarily need to annex anyone else. I suppose we could annex Mushasha, it's just we don't really need to. And I do like having vassals. I suppose annexing Hassa is an option. Nope, we own some of your core provinces. No idea which ones. Fars is a possibility. We wouldn't be able to... Ooh. Oman. No, you don't like as much. There is a distance between borders though. Would we ever get over that? Let's just think. We're not the same religion, and we've got the distance between borders, and they think our economic base is worse, which is hilarious. So yeah, that's not really an option. Fars is an option though. Another a very small country. Ibadi Islam. I think they might be an option. I'll tell you what, let's save that for next time, because probably not going to be able to have a war next time, so if nothing else we can focus on making a new vassal. Might even consider, if we get a new vassal, annexing Mushasha, because then we're at least contiguous all the way down, although we should be starting to make some inroads into the Mamluks. We're likely to be getting the places we need to have conquered Egypt, which is more likely to be here than down here. So anyway, let's leave that there. It's about the right time. So yeah, more successful than I thought against Portugal. pleased to see that Jollof is now attacking them. Go Jollof. Not sure I fancy your chances, what with all the colonies, but you never know, you can actually see the full bunch now. Spain has done, yeah, really well, I'd say. All things considered, feeling rather sorry for France. Austria's made a big comeback. I don't think there's much left of the Holy Roman Empire. But yeah, I think Spain may be winning the colonisation war at least. Even if they didn't get the lands they traditionally go for, they seem to have swapped with Portugal in South America. But never mind, not our problem. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, we'll be looking at the Mamluks as soon as we're actually able to attack someone again. So yeah, I will see you next time.